Hey, what's up guys? It's Coach Louka. We're here at the Kettlebell Club. I'm going to show you a very powerful technique on how you could bust through your plateaus with isometric strength training. Isometrics is a form of resistance training. It's basically holding a static contraction and try to increase that tension for time. So you could use resistance or no resistance at all. But today I'm going to show you how you could use it with your kettlebell training and your calisthenics. So how can you use isometrics? How do you implement it in your program? Choose one day out of the week and go through all your main kettlebell exercises, all your main body weight lifts, and practice these techniques. You can also, another way is to use them at the end of your training, almost as a last set. So I wouldn't do it every week. I would do it maybe a couple weeks out of the month to conserve energy, because it's very powerful and you can overuse it and not get as many results. So use it sparingly, just a few times out of the month, and that's gonna maximize on your results. So the first exercise we're gonna review is the deadlift. This one we call it the static stomp deadlift. So you're gonna plant your feet, stomp your feet into the ground really hard and apply a lot of pressure. Imagine your feet are gonna be, we say, pushing through China or melting into the ground as hard as possible. I'm gonna engage my toes. Of course, I'm training barefoot. As I lift and I finish at the top, I'm gonna hold this plank position for about 10 seconds, okay? So, So I was trying to increase the level of tension throughout my whole body for a given amount of time. This helps you just solidify the position and also become stronger at the top. Another way you could do this is hold the tension at the bottom position, but only lift the weight about an inch and hold it for about 5 to 10 seconds. Looks like this. Notice that I was power breathing very heavily. Power breathing is very important while you're doing the isometric contraction. In this drill, we're gonna do the get up, and I'm only gonna emphasize the roll up to the elbow position, and I'm gonna hold that for about 5 seconds while contracting it really hard. The thing with isometrics, it works a lot of your midsection muscles because you're power breathing for a long time. Your grip, your lats, and the rest of your body. You're really trying to connect everything together. So in the get up, I'm gonna go a little heavier than usual and emphasize just the half get up to the elbow position. All right, so. So what was happening? Because I'm holding to this position for longer, I'm making sure that my whole body's tense. I create linkage everywhere. I apply pressure into the ground with my elbow, with my foot. My abs are tight, so there's this line of connection. Of course, the kettlebell is up here, so I have to pack my shoulder, engage my lats, and grip the kettlebell very hard. So everything is fired up. This next one we're gonna do is just a double kettlebell front squat. I'm gonna clean the bells, go down in my bottom position, hold the bottom position for a little longer, for about 5 seconds, and then come back up and park my kettlebells. Challenging. So what this does, me holding the bottom position for longer and staying there and being tight, I really solidify the depth and the tension and the strength in what we call the hole. The hole is the squat depth, the bottom position of the squat. So holding it for longer is gonna make it easier when I go back to my regular squats. You can also do the double kettlebell clean. I'm gonna clean my bells, hold the top position for 5 to 10 seconds. That's tough. So in the double clean, holding the tension at the top, I'm driving my elbows down, bracing my abs really hard, engaging my lats and my grip and my legs, driving through the floor with my feet. This becomes full body, and I'm holding that for 5 to 10 seconds. The resistance coming from the kettlebells, of course, but internally very much. Next, I'm gonna press the kettlebell and hold the top position for longer. At the top, I'm gonna focus on the weight, making a line from the top all the way down through my feet. So the weight will be creating a direct line of force, driving through the ground and stabilizing my whole body. That's fun. You can also do a snatch and hold the top, the static stomp position. So I'm gonna snatch the kettlebell and I'm gonna plant my feet really hard and I'm gonna back my shoulder, grip the kettlebell. I'm gonna find my center of gravity so that the kettlebell forms a direct line from the top all the way down to my feet. Felt it a lot in my legs, in my glutes, in my abs, in my lats, in my grip. Now we're gonna apply the isometrics to your body weight exercises. And we're gonna begin with the one-arm push-ups. So just simply applying the one-arm plank, or the one-arm, one-legged plank. Super simple. You put both hands on the ground, extend both legs out to the side. My feet are pretty wide. I'm gonna get tight, get tight, get tight, get tight, and I'm gonna lift one arm. Get tight, get tight, get tight. Then I'm gonna lift my opposite leg. Get tight, get tight, get tight, get tight. That's quite challenging. Next, we're gonna go into the pistol squat. You can use a kettlebell, but you don't have to. The whole point of body weight exercise is learn how to create resistance without a weight, so we're not going to use one. We like to say feeding the tension forward. So you pretend as if you had a load, but you're internally creating tension and resistance, pretending as if you had a load at which you were using. So I'm going to begin at the top of the pistol, get really tight. I'm going to pull myself down using active negative and hold the bottom position. And power up. Now we're gonna go to pull-ups or chin-ups. So there's two ways to do it. Either you can hold your arms extended, straight, or you can hold yourself at the top with your flexed arms, like so. And you're gonna hold this for 5 to 10 seconds. So first one looks like this. Hold a hollow position. Second one, hold the top position. And come down under control. So you're holding the hollow position, hanging either straight arm or flexed arm. At the top, when my arms are flexed, I try to imagine that I'm driving the pull-up bar into my chest as hard as possible, pulling my elbows down. So only do 1 to 3 sets of 5 to 10 seconds, maybe a little bit longer, up to 15, but I would cut it at 10 seconds. Like I said, these are quite challenging movements, so do them at the end of your training, your main training, the last few sets, or do it on a separate day, as called the tension day by Pavel. So enjoy and get stronger.